Welcome, race fans, to the Daily Drivers Inc. Moonlight Racing League here for round 6 of the Truck Series. I am whYZee here with my tag team partner, Johnny Replay, and we are at Texas Motor Speedway, and we're going to be turning left again. We turned right last week over in California at Sonoma, where we saw Joseph Volpes capture his first win of the season and making it a perfect 5 for 5 thus far in this season. And we'll see what happens here at Texas. We got a stacked field here today, and I would not be surprised to see us go 6 for 6. But again, so many dominant drivers here today. Also would be just as not surprised to see someone repeat here today. It's gonna be a great racetrack. There's gonna be a lot of really close racing, and we're under the lights here at Texas. How you doing today, Johnny Replay?
Oh my God, I am so excited. As awesome as the race at Sonoma was last week, that I was able to, watch with you and see just that amazing performance from Daniel Plant-Smith and Volpes take that win. It's cool to come back, turn left, and have everything go based off strategy.
Yes, and the good news for us, Johnny, is that Daniel Plant-Smith, to our knowledge, can't be fast while drifting around this entire racetrack. So we won't focus on him as much today, but he is in this field today, putting in his qualifying laps right now. There is Daniel Plant-Smith. We should call it DSP. Does that roll off the tongue? DSP? Sorta. But Daniel Plant-Smith.
Got it wrong.
Yeah.
Then DPS, no?
You're right. Well, there it is. What, DSP or DPS? DPS sounds better. DPS sounds way better. Daniel Plant-Smith currently putting down his qualifying lap, and like I said, he won't be drifting here today, Johnny, but I'd be expecting him to be just as quick. This is the type of racetrack where I would definitely be keeping my eyes on that 21 racetrack. But another guy that is currently on a preliminary pole who actually has already gone a little bit faster is the Dunkin' Donuts truck of Michael Mata, VRN's very own. He helps out sometimes on Mondays. I'm not sure how much you've gotten to see Mata, Johnny. How much have you gotten to cover this guy?
I've caught him every once in a while. Really bad with my memory, but I know I've seen his name.
He's normally in the 16. He reversed it today. He's a newer driver in this specific series, but Michael Mata is very understated, very quick. Multiple wins on Mondays over in the Cup series of MRL. He has actually made the final 4 in that series as well, but he has been a championship contender whenever he's been full-time. Not super surprising to see Mata right now on the preliminary pole. 2 minutes left in qualifying right now. We see Zach Panzarella currently putting down his lap time. He finished 6th last week over at Sonoma, looking to improve on that here at Texas. Panzarella won 2 years ago over on Thursday nights over here in the MRL Truck Series in a 3-wide photo finish between, I believe it was him, Owens, and Volpes. So Panzarella looking to repeat that. Jay Stinson here, he had one of those EOLs last week, so he'll be able to start wherever he's able to qualify. But man, I'm just going through this running order, Johnny, and everywhere I go, this included Dalton Geyer, Brandon Wybara, talent everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we look back at all the other races, we've had different winners each single week, and even though, Volpes put on an amazing performance, just immaculate perfection at a road course, I really would not be able to put my finger on who would win today.
I completely agree, and I think Texas kind of opens it up. One of those racetracks that draft is going to be very important. Tire conservation will be important, but also just when those cautions fall, strategy I would not be surprised to see being a big factor. Yet another Zach in this league, but the good news here, Johnny, is that it's spelled correctly with an H at the end. And Zach Steffens has been so good so far this season. He is definitely one of our championship favorites, currently putting in his lap. That's going to be a preliminary 9th place as we are getting closer to the end of this qualifying session. Just a quick reminder, we will look at the points at the conclusion of this race, but going into this, Joseph Volpes is currently our points leader, and behind him, Justin Parham in 2nd place. Kenneth Redinger, one of the guys up there battling for that, but Redinger looking like he'll be starting a little bit deeper in the field today. Matthew Fritz, another one that is up there in 4th place, and then Zach Panzarella entering this race in 5th. Just 15 seconds left to go in qualifying, Johnny, and I'm looking at this qualifying order, and this is a fun one.
I cannot wait to see this.
This is good, boys. I'm gonna get this pulled up for us right here. And here we go. I was not kidding, Johnny. Michael Mata puts it on the pole. Mata will be starting up front, as I'll have to now press that button again. Thank you very much. And then Daniel Plant-Smith, second place last week. Started on the pole last week, I believe, but second place here today is where he'll be starting. But Daniel Plant-Smith looking so dangerous, so fast, so sexy with his driving style, if we're being honest. Patrick Calgill, the returning Patrick Calgill, new rig, new Patrick. He'll be starting in third place. Or actually, I should say same Patrick, if we're being honest, starting in third. And fourth will be Justin Parham. This is looking a lot like our point standings right here, Johnny. Justin Parham starting in fourth place. Zach Panzarella matching where he is in the points. He'll be starting at the end of our top five. Kevin Kyle, KK, making his return. He'll be starting in sixth. Dalton Connor, the first Dalton in this lineup now. He'll be starting in seventh. Danny Sanchez will be in eighth. The first backpack racing driver in this field here will be starting in eighth place. Zach Steffens, we were just talking about him. He winds up ninth. Jake Johnson of BRL will be starting in 10th place. Dalton Geyer of Daily Drivers Inc. will be starting 11th. Jay Stinson gets to keep his qualifying position today, and he'll be in 12th. Mark Zabek will be in 13th. Brandon Lolis, another amazing backpack driver, will be in 14th. Matthew Fritz, fourth place in the standings currently, will need to work through the field here today. He'll be 15th. Cody Matthews will be over in 16th place. In 17th will be Kenneth Redinger, third in points. Redinger is going to need to work through the field quickly. Keith Sabir will be over in 18th, and over to you, Johnny.
Dylan Schmidt in the 19th position, along with Chris Calgill in 20th, Steve Fugay and Glenn Grisby in the 21st and 22nd spots, Brandon Ibarra and Jordan Finnegan, 23rd, 24th, and then Kyle Lenat, the last guy to put in a time, in the 25th spot. And then for the guys not putting in time, we have Volpis and Joseph Volpis in 26th, Brandon Shelton 27th, Matt Novella in 28th, Richard Swingle in 29th, Chase Grier in 30th, and Logan Boone in the 31st spot.
Which means it's time for arguably the best time of the entire broadcast. Don't miss Chuck and Larry coming out to a theater near you soon. Over to you, Mr. Kevin James.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
I'll tell you what, Johnny, if it wasn't for Kevin, I don't know if I can get in broadcasting mode and really give it my all, right?
Oh my God, I repeat every single word as he says it. I have that so ingrained in my mind.
Me too. And don't miss, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry in theaters soon. So starting on the pole here, Michael Mata. A wild card if there ever was one, but you know how fast this 61 race car driver is. On the outside of him, Mr. Kemplock himself, Daniel Plant-Smith. Here we go. And one thing to keep a note here, Johnny, it is loosey-goosey. Nighttime or daytime, it is loose on laps 1 and 2 on those cold tires. Those guys are going to have to manage that. Here we go through the Echo Park restart zone. Michael Mata hard on the gas. We're going on the flagman there, which is why it's very, very equal between Plant-Smith. Big push coming from Patrick Calgill as we now enter through 1 and 2 side by side. Calgill all over the rear of Michael Mata. This is the complicated corner through Texas. Mata touches the apron, but here he goes. Loose is Mata. The leader's loose. Wrecks in front of the field.
Oh my God, that looks like, oh my God, just
mayhem.
Is this Daytona?
Right? Oh, one thing you never want, Johnny, is to see the leader, Zach Panzarella, involved, waiting for the entire field to pass him by. Michael Mata, our pole sitter, really starting off that whole thing. Mata with pretty substantial damage. These drivers do have one fast repair available to them, but using it on lap 1 is not what you want.
Oh, it's just so, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to justify using it. I have the replay for you.
Here we go.
We're gonna start from the beginning. Because if you look, right when they get to the start finish, Calgill's already right behind Mata.
Mm-hmm.
He's just bumper to bumper. They get through the first little curve, going to first, stays right behind him, and then once they start getting 2, it looks like Mata starts to go up a little bit and loses it
there.
Calgill, and then let's little slow-mo right there.
Calgill in a teammate. Oh.
Like the 08
Yeah, I think I see Lolis in that. That's Kevin Kyle there. And Jake
Kevin Kyle.
Johnson up there on the top of your screen. Mark Zabik, a nice hit to the wall there. Barreling through is the 4 of UK.
This is in slow-mo too. A lot of these guys
Right.
are going way too quick for my liking.
I agree. Lanat gets destroyed there into the novella. Perhaps I think they barely avoid each other, but Lanat absolutely got some damage there. And then it's not over there. You see Panzarella waiting. Wow, from 5th to last for Panzarella, in a similar situation for the pole sitter.
Catch so. Oh.
And yeah, a lot of these trucks in the pits now. See if I can get a view of that. You see the fast repair being used by Patrick Cowgill. A 1 second pit stop will tell you that much. Same with Zabik. Michael Mata, I believe, still in the pits, fixing his damage. Panzarella gonna try to fix this damage. Kevin Kyle is as well. Lanat looks like he manually fixed his. Maybe a fast repair there, Johnny. A 7 second pit stop. A lot of really, really short pit stops and good-looking race trucks, which tells me some fast repairs were used there.
I think if it were me there, I'd take the time to fix the truck instead of doing the fast repair, because we just started. We
Right.
have the whole race to go still. It just seems like a bad decision to get rid of that fast repair.
No, I totally agree, and that's why I think you see drivers like you see Mata here, Stinson, Panzarella. Stinson was involved in that one, it appears. They are just barely, as you see right here, I'll go out to our leaders. They're on the front stretch, staying on the lead lap here. Panzarella in the nick of time. Still some damage on that 12 truck, it appears. Yeah, as you see the front end of Panzarella, still with some damage. Kevin Kyle looking pretty good. Stinson looking good. And Mata looking good. So Panzarella, I think the worst for wear right now in terms of those who did use their fast repair. Or didn't, I'm sorry. And a few of them, like you said, are now going to be racing on their tippy toes for the remainder of these 100+ laps here at Texas.
Yeah, I mean, for a league that does have the fast repairs available, now you always have that like in the back of your mind when you're doing a race. Now I don't know, and especially Texas on a cold track. I mean, I've only raced this track in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine how much worse it's got to be at night.
It's just faster and just as sketchy is the best way I could describe it here at Texas. Under the lights, it's not an easy racetrack. One thing that we'll talk about, I'm sure, as this race goes on, is the relationship between this track in real life and iRacing. But this is one thing this has definitely done. Johnny has really mixed up the front of the order. Again, it was our pole sitter who set off that big wreck. So now Daniel Plant Smith, he took the outside as the control truck. Just a reminder that the leader has lane choice, only the leader in this league on restarts. And we'll be going on Smith here, not the flag man. So I'd expect to see a bigger jump here from that 21. But then you see Dalton Connor there on the inside. Dalton Connor, a rookie here. Definitely one of the very impressive rookies. But there it is, just like I anticipated, Johnny. Phenomenal start from that 21.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, oh, what is happening on the? What am I looking at here?
Oh, right.
40?
Let's see here.
Grier?
Yeah, it looks like Grier, very slow. I think a big check up there.
I got it for you.
All right, Johnny on the spot. That's what you should change your name to. Here we go. So yeah, pay attention. This has been an issue all season, Johnny. Have been the checkups on restarts, games, whatever it is. And there it is. You see the little chain reaction. Mark Zabik behind Greer. Zabik is going to get turned down the infield, as is Novella. And there's Greer too. Three
Novella,
trucks.
Did we see his time to see if he used his fast repair? I mean, I don't think there's got to be his
Good
chance of
question.
damage, but
Matt Novella with a 40-second pit stop, so I believe he did not use that fast repair.
okay, so that's not too bad then, I guess.
I mean, but yeah, he's going to need a caution soon. So let's take a look at this. There is Greer, there's Novella, and there's Zab, and now I'll go to our leader. So this is the middle of the backstretch. Our leader, can see Zabik. And then check this out. 3 wide, Dalton Geyer, Cody Matthews, Brendan Lolis.
Why am I not surprised from Geyer?
It's a Geirism right there if we've ever seen one. Join the party as if we should be surprised. Kenneth Redinger, we talked about him last week at Sonoma. Not, I guess you could say a road course ringer is Redinger, but one thing you could call him is an oval ringer, if there's ever a such thing. This guy, doesn't matter, short track, long track, super speedway, somewhere like this, Redinger is a killer, and here he is already up 8 spots from the start of this race, Johnny.
Another name too that we were talking about earlier, Stevens went up before
right.
I think before they took off, he was in 4th, but now he's in 5th. I mean,
he's up
great for him too.
5 spots. So yeah, Stevens charging through the field in arguably very difficult positions as well. Redinger, you might see that progress slow a little soon. I mean, it's kind of Redinger, so you never know. Look at this up front though, as Parham gonna take the lead over Smith.
Oh my God, and that's on turn 3 and 4. So my understanding of this track, at least on the hot day when I've raced this before in the trucks, was that 3 and 4 you can flat out. It's 1 and 2, so the complete opposite of Kentucky.
Exactly. This track is Kentucky reversed, but a little bit worse in real life, but honestly better in the sim. I mean, I say this all the time. I don't think there's a track in the world with a bigger inconsistency, I guess you could say, between real life and the sim in terms of driving experience. We all know this track sucks in real life. This place sucks. But on the sim, you're seeing it right now. There's room to race. There are lines to be had. And this place is a blast. As you see Dalton Connor right there, the big run on Justin Parham trying to make a move for the lead. But like we were alluding to, Johnny, right here through 1 and 2, it's a reverse of Kentucky. You are on the brakes sometimes here. It's all dependent on your driving style. Some guys like to check up very early. Others like to actually use the brakes through 1 and 2. Either way, oh man, Cody Matthews gets turned. And are we green here, Johnny? I think we are. We're green.
Oh.
What a save.
Okay, I got that.
That was unreal by the 10 of Matthews. Here, let's take a look at this.
Like I've jokingly said, you know, sometimes when you're starting to lose it, you have the buddy there to
help you
straighten
out,
you out.
be your wall. So that's
and
both?
I think,
or is that Fritz? That's
that
Fritz.
is Fritz.
That
Yeah,
was on
this is
Matthews. Turned straight down into Fritz like he wasn't there. Yeah, you're right. Case of
This
beer
is the
there.
first time-
I'll help you.
First time I've ever seen that. First time I've ever seen it actually work out.
It works sometimes, Johnny. That's why, you know, it works 1 of 100 times, but for that one time, it's worth it. Big save there by Matthews. Great save by him, but I gotta put it the 10 in the spot there, Johnny. That was on him. He turned down in that corner like Fritz was not even there.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look back too, like that's on turn 3 where you know you can
that it was 3.
flat out.
Well, there's the problem with 3, and that is a really, really good point by you, because you would think, like, why don't I just take the top lane? We're flat out anyway, right? But here's what you have to remember, and I think we might even get an example of it here with Joseph Volpis as he's to the outside of whYZee. But watch this. When you're flat out anyway, what the outside does is it just makes it longer. You don't get that big advantage of that run that you normally would, and there it is right there for you, Johnny. As you see whYZee really not at any disadvantage using that bottom line.
Yeah, no, so I look back, he didn't turn down. He did get a little bump.
Oh, okay, now we gotta go back. All right, do you have it?
Give me...
Because now I don't want to seem like the terrible person that just accused Cody Matthews of doing something that he didn't do. As Dalton Geyer has also worked himself up to 3rd. So we had a little bit of a Dalton switch up front. Swapped out a Dalton Connor for a Dalton Geyer. And look at Danny Sanchez.
I got it.
All right, let's take a look at this. Ben, we got some good action here at Texas. Here we go. All right, where's the help that you so speak of?
So he was coming down. I've heard it's happened a lot where your spotter will incorrectly tell you you're clear.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because he has room.
Oh, he is clear. For a moment there, he is clear.
Yeah, comes down, and then no fault to anybody, just a racing incident.
No, it's a racing incident. That is what you call a racing incident, very much. You know, if you're Fritz, you're thinking, what just happened there? But yeah, you're right. And oh my God, look at Sanchez and Geyer there. Oh. But you are right. 9 times out of 10, I mean, I never make mistakes, as you know, Johnny. But when I do, it's my spotter. And it's when they clear me and they're like, hey, you're clear. And then I go down and I'm not. So yeah, I get that. As look at Sanchez and Dalton Geyer right now. Daily Drivers Inc. and Backpack Racing, two teams with a storied history. In terms of DDIRL and the ARCA and Truck Series last season, these two teams were battling for their team championships and their drivers were battling for driver championships.
Yeah, I mean, being there last season, it just always seemed like an intense battle. Once Backpack Racing got their full team, it felt like they were just dominating.
Yeah.
But they, DDI was right there with them too.
And then look at the lead now. Talk about a guy that you brought up a handful of laps ago, Johnny. He is now up. He had fallen back from 4th to 5th, and now how about first place? Zach Steffens holding on the Zach. I guess I could say, what is it, like torch? Yeah, the torch. Yeah,
the torch.
Yeah, the flag, the torch, the legacy. But doing a great job is Steffens in that 9 truck right now. Steffens, another rookie technically to this league, and my goodness, this number 9 has put this league on notice.
Yeah, I mean, imagine all the good things that come with spelling your name right.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Johnny. It's a huge deal. Luckily, no one in this league, I don't think, spells it wrong, so I don't feel bad making fun of them. But it's Zach. It's not Zach. I don't know. It's not my name. My name's whYZee. I'm just saying. But as you see, Plant Smith, he appears to be falling off. Johnny, I'm going to look at my last lap times here. And interestingly, excuse me, Plant Smith, his lap times would indicate that he's up to par with these guys. But for one reason or another, I mean, this guy started this run in the lead, and he has now fallen back more than a second.
I mean, so far I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Me either.
Diving deep down.
And then
3 and 4.
Yeah, he's doing it all right. Can't drift this place. I mean, what do we know? Maybe he will. You always, have to assume Plant Smith's going to have that aggressive driving style as he really hooks the bottom of 1 and 2. I mean, one thing about this track too, Johnny, is if you're going to mess around with your tires, if you're going to try to burn them up, do it now on this first run and give yourself time to recover. And speaking of, Justin Parham to the lead. What a pass.
That was, yeah. Oh my God. There's just such great driving in this league.
It really is. Parham, one of those guys that I think is really coming to his own on trucks. I think you could say, oh, someone was very high. Was that Dalton Geyer? No, that's Matthew Fritz. My goodness. But I think Parham very coming to his own on trucks. If you are a normal watcher of both the MRL Broadcasting Network and the VRN here, the Vortex Racing Network, you've seen Parham be a dominant force over on Friday nights in the ARCA League in MRL. He, to me, Johnny, has always, and I never mean this stuff in a bad way, because I am very much what I'm about to say, a car-dependent driver sometimes, where you saw a different Justin Parham in the ARCA car than you did in the trucks. I was terrified of him in the ARCA cars, racing against him on Fridays, whereas in the trucks, I felt like I had something for him. It was doable. But Parham has been bridging that gap, and he's becoming the same driver everywhere he goes, and that is horrifying for the rest of the field.
Remember Justin Parham from the Friday ARCA, and it's
every week he had the pole, right?
I've never saw the front of his car. Tell you that
Never.
much.
Only he was lapping me.
Yeah, no, actually, I didn't let myself get lapped either. I think I'm pretty okay.
And look at, now it looks like Zach Steffens appears to be falling off pretty considerably as Danny Sanchez has really protected his stuff. Sanchez up 5 positions from the start of this race, and Sanchez is another guy, Johnny, that has just been taking massive steps forward. If you were to tell somebody that Danny Sanchez has not won a DDIRL race yet, I don't think anyone would believe you.
I mean, I'm astonished right now.
Right? Like, this guy is the only backpack driver did not visit victory lane yet. He has led a multitude of laps. He has never finished worse than 5th in the points since he's joined any of these leagues. And he has knocked on the door on double-digit amount of races. It is only a matter of time until that 62 gets a win. It could be here today at Texas as he goes to the inside of Stevens here through 1 and 2. He's going to complete that pass like it's nothing. Sanchez clearly has something figured out in the long run.
Just, oh my God, it's just beautiful driving. Honestly, it's, you know, you go to a road course, everybody's, you know, happy that you get to see right turns, but just the strategy, figuring out how to actually drive the track compared to other people. The fact that you can go faster than people just by turning left.
Yep.
Like that, just it's. I don't get why more people aren't in NASCAR.
This is when it really comes down to chess, not checkers, right? It's all about how you approach these turns, especially 1 and 2. One thing that I'll try to get a good angle of that you have to pay a lot of attention through 1 and 2 is your apex point. That is such an important part of this racetrack and how you save your tires. As you see, wow, Daniel Plant-Smith coming alive late in this run, looking to the inside of Sanchez. And here's what I'm alluding to here is you're gonna look for a late apex here. That's what you want. So look at the 9 of Stevens. He's the one that really has it set up here, Johnny. He's gonna have a nice late apex here. I think he may have a run here. That dirty air from Sanchez, I think, hurting him a little bit. Gorgeous pass by Daniel Plant-Smith to get past Sanchez there. Plant-Smith showing that same muscle that put him in the front row to start this race. But here we go with some single file formations here. And again, let's pay attention to how these guys apex 1 and 2. You want to apex this corner late because that exit is so brutal. There it is, Parham, perfect. Watch how late that truck starts to go up the track. Right there, what would you say that was? About 80, 85% through the corner until Justin Parham is interested in really turning up the track again. That is so vital here. The guys that you see fast in the long run are the ones who are making this a very wide corner.
Yeah, the main mistake I always see is people try to take the turns the same way they would at any track.
Right.
Just because they, you know, it's just, you know, they're all ovals, and that either kills momentum, kills tires, and just, you know, shakes things up.
Yeah, every track is definitely its own beast, especially Texas. Even though this is absolutely, you know, reversed Kentucky, it's still not Kentucky. You have to approach both sets of corners very differently. It's far flatter and wider through 1 and 2 here at Texas. And the tire wear seems to be even worse here at Texas. And you're really starting to see that here as you see guys like Redinger has moved all the way up to 5th. He's up 12 positions from the start of his race. And how about our points leader of Joseph Volpis, who I'm getting sick of talking about here on BRN, up 20 freaking spots.
It was only a matter of time. You see Volpis across all the leagues throughout the week. Like, if I were a betting man, you know, Volpis would be my guess to win. Ooh. Just because of
Kevin Kyle there. Sorry, continue.
Oh, you're good. As I was saying, yeah, Volpis would be the man I would bet on, just because he has an outstanding performance across all leagues, across all the different types of cars. But just with the amount of talent in this league, that's the reason I'm not a betting man.
Yeah, right. This league more than any other right now is just impossible to predict. As Brandon Lowe is going to bring it down for his first pit stop. A few of our trucks have pit. Zach Panzarella brought it down. I believe he may have let's get that view real quick. Yep. Panzarella using that fast repair. He did not make any forward progress. He was actually at risk of going a lap down, still dealing with that damage. I think we may have seen KK of Kevin Kyle do the same thing. Let's take a look. The truck looks good to me, Johnny. I think KK may have done the same thing. Both these drivers have pit twice. Logan Boone has as well, as has Jay Stinson. Patrick Cowgill there in the 31. I think Cowgill now really starting to try to put the hammer down. He used his fast repair earlier, but he had to be careful, and he may have also really messed up those tires during that wreck, Johnny.
Yeah, I think with seeing how long these guys have been running green so far, that was a wise move. Come in, get that fast repair, get everything fixed, and try to make up what you lost during that time.
Exactly. And then up front, man, this did not take long. Daniel Plant-Smith on the rear end of Parham. Wow. So we talked about Plant Smith potentially falling off about 20 laps ago. That is not what happened there, Johnny. What happened was Daniel Plant Smith buying his time, calming down, and that's why you do this. Plant Smith to the inside.
Oh, is he gonna take it there?
We'll see. You want to complete this pass. One thing I always say here too, Johnny, is like you're close to the pit stop, and how tempting is it? You're on the inside of your competitor, the guy that you're the most worried about, right? You know that he can't pit when he's on the outside of you through 3 and 4. Why not sneak it into the pits then?
Oh, well, for one, I think you'd be going too fast.
A little bit.
And then we're gonna have a video compilation of people hitting the wall.
Yeah, we just saw Joseph Volpus do that over on the Truck Series on Tuesdays. Yesterday, that was a very real thing. As oh boy, oh, so close there, Johnny.
Just putting the squeeze on him.
And you see Parham trying to use the momentum on the outside. His slide job incoming. Shuts the door. The 21 at Plant Smith saying, thank you very much for covering me last week so much when I was in second place. Now I'm going to give you a reason to.
Yeah, I think if I had if I had the confidence to be able to run the inside line, I'd run it until my tank was dry. Just keep that person up there.
100%. On top of that, too, if you can run that inside on old tires through 3 and 4, because while 3 and 4 is very much a flat-out, quote-unquote, corner, it is sketchy on old tires. It's where you feel the looseness more than anywhere. You feel the tightness through 1 and 2, but you feel loose through 3 and 4 at this point in the run. It takes some serious belief in yourself and your truck to peg that thing down to the bottom there. And look at that, Parham gonna bring it down the pits. So Parham in the pits, no one follows him. Redinger to second, Steffens third. Stevens, Johnny. I screwed that up last broadcast, and I have the first half of this one. It is Zach Stevens. I was too focused on Steffens. Yeah, like Steph Curry. Change it to Steve, Steph. As you see, a few more trucks bring down.
I've met a Steffens.
Yeah, right. Panzarella bringing down. whYZee is in the pits. He is exiting right now. Parham in the pits right now as well. Parham exiting right now. I think we'll see Plant Smith very, very soon. I think this time around. No. Plant Smith, no. Redinger going to bring it down. Stevens going to bring it down. Fritz, Geyer, Volpus. It is getting crowded in pit lane, Johnny.
All right, everybody coming down, and Plant Smith is still out there. Is he the new Dalton Geyer?
Plant Smith?
Yeah.
He's too crazy to be Dalton Geyer. Like, you'll never get. Have you ever heard a Daniel Plant Smith interview?
I have not.
You'll never hear Dalton Geyer act like that. Daniel Plant Smith's interviews are incredible. Like, honestly, I am so tempted one day to just give him the broadcast and be like, I'm gonna put it on exciting and you just talk. That's how entertaining he is, just as a human being. As Patrick Calgill gonna take the lead this race. Calgill, along with his teammate. Oh my God! Did you see Lenot right there? That's a difference in tires right there. As Lenot gonna blow his doors off. I think Calgill will bring it down soon. His pit stop was last on lap 2, so it's gonna be very, very soon. Yeah, this time around for Calgill. Following him down will be Stinson, and then Parham will inherit the lead of this race, followed by Danny Sanchez and Brandon whYZee. And Lolit. Wow. 1,
Okay, so
2, 3 backpack.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, that's a team that I've
Yep.
just shiver at the word of hearing backpack. I can't
Especially
even take my kids to school.
Green flag pit stops and backpack. If you're going against them, that is not a good equation ever. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get you guys in the know for those who don't know. Backpack racing, you can start now and work the rest of your life every day, and you will never be as good as these 3 drivers, Danny Sanchez, Brandon whYZee, and Brandon Lolis, getting on and off pit road. I have never seen a team able to cut the line that close consistently, never speed, and get on and off as well as they do. right now, Lolis under attack from Redinger. Redinger gonna quickly get that spot. Redinger with a 8-lap tire advantage. So Lolis is the most disadvantaged here, and it's by far, Johnny. Lolis pit back on lap 32. Redinger 40. whYZee 39. Sanchez 38. Parham 39. So what I think happened here is Lolis caught in that early incident we saw losing his track position. I think what Backpack saw was Sanchez with a chance, very much so, to win this race right now. whYZee always has a chance to win every race he's in. whYZee, one of the fastest drivers in this league. They wanted Lolis up there with them to help them out, knowing he would have a tire disadvantage, but what that's going to do, now he's in a truck you have to pass.
Yeah, I mean, he gets to put all the dirty air on onto you, just nasty blocks. And going back real quick, it kind of reminded me, when I first saw them perform a pit stop, it reminded me of those, like the F1 games or all that, where you just drive 100 miles into, pit lane.
Oh, yeah, it does it for you.
Automatically slows you down. And that is the best way I can describe how they perform their pit stops.
No, like literally, it's like they have a cheat code. Like I cannot tell you guys. I mean, I don't think I've ever beaten a Backpack driver in an all green race. That's how incredible they are on and off pit road. They are the best I've ever seen, and they do it as a team, and they're always organized amongst one another, which really helps to their ability to work together and always as a unit move forward. And that's what's helping right now, or that's what's happening right now, I should say, as whYZee. I'm not even going to say passing Sanchez, Johnny. I'm going to say exchanging positions with Sanchez, because back to F1, that's what it feels like with this team sometimes, that it's like a team orders. Like, no, we'll be faster if whYZee is in front of Sanchez. Let's swap here.
I mean, it's probably going to be not a realistic reference, but shake and bake, baby.
Yeah, right? No, it is. Except that they all get to finish first. Sanchez's day is coming, but look at this. They are drastically closing in on Parham, and a big reason why is that they're using the draft together. As you see down the front and backstretch, those two backpack trucks, are staying linked together, and here it is right here. They're gonna stay in the same line. That's gonna give Danny a nice little draft push, which will then go on to his teammate of whYZee. That was another 3/10 taken off that lap, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm looking at them, and they weren't. The one thing I noticed too is that they weren't staying behind Parham.
No.
So not
helping his draft.
Right? Not helping him out. So that's the one thing I learned. If you have a teammate who has a chance to win and someone else is behind them, do not help that person at all.
And this is right in the nick of time. That's the white flag for the stage. There'll be no caution here, but points will pay out for the top 10 drivers. So all the way down right now to Dalton Connor. But you want that stage win. You want that playoff point. That will carry on to the chase. This is going to be whYZee's last chance at it. But I think Parham doing what he needs to so far through 3 and 4. Stage winner gonna be the 09 of Justin Parham, gonna bank himself a stage win. whYZee gonna get 9 bonus points. Sanchez 8, Redinger 4th, Volpus 5th, Stevens 6th, Fritz 7th, Lolis 8th, 9th will go to Kyle Lanat, and rounding out our stage point earners with 1 point will be Dalton Connor.
Such an I don't think I've ever been this intensely watching a stage finish.
Oh, yeah, those guys treated that like it was the end, and here we go. Oh, my gosh, Case of Beer, Panzarella, Kevin Kyle, and Jordan Finnegan mixing it up. This right here would be for 12th or 13th, I believe. 3 wide as Case of Beer down on the inside. You see Panzarella trying to use the outside. That's Greer behind him. Greer also involved in a second incident. We saw in that restart. Great recovery there from the 40 of Greer. Another incredible rookie in this league. Side by side, the two California boys of Kevin Kyle and Zach Panzarella.
Heard those two guys talking. I wonder if they're friends or not.
Maybe, maybe not. May have been at one of the other's wedding, but on the racetrack, there are no friends. As you see, they are gaining on Jordan Finnegan right now, too. Panzarella has used that fast repair, and he is trying to regain that track position that he had earlier in this race. This pass on Finnegan, I believe, would be for the 14th position. In front of them will be Chris Cowgill. But Panzarella, 5th in the standings right now, needs to get through this field quickly. as we just saw, did not earn any stage points, while a lot of his championship contenders did. Whoa, man, Panzarella cutting off Kevin Kyle there to the inside of Finnegan through 3 and 4. Another spot there.
I mean, we didn't talk about him
Oh,
too long. He's already gone up 9. So, yeah, he already went up 9 spots.
Yeah, I believe
as long as he plays his cards right, he couldn't be top 5 by the end of the race.
That's where he started. We'll have to see. Panzarella, though, yeah, you're right. He started this one around 25th, 26th, currently in 14th. So it's going to be a matter of these guys. I mean, this track, or I'm sorry, this field has gotten so separated. Look at the top left there. You'll see our pylon 11 seconds back to 10th place. This is about a 30-second lap here, so about a third of a lap. So a lot of separation here. A caution would be needed to give a lot of these guys a chance to win. But Brendan Wybara, he is giving Parham everything he can handle right now.
Yeah, if you want to go real quick to my camera, we can show actually a huge, all the gaps, all the little groups running.
Yeah, there it is. A great shot there.
Bring out a pointer. I don't know if you could see the pointer.
I wish we could. I wish we could.
Never mind. But yeah,
I've been saying for so long I want that.
Everybody's everywhere.
And like, really, like, no gaps anywhere, which tells me that the leader will be lapping cars pretty soon. That is a great shot there.
Thank you. I paid a lot for this blimp.
Beautiful. Yeah, you did. The Goodyear Johnny Replay blimp right there. And Eddie Gossage with that beautiful racetrack that he ruined. Thank you, Eddie. And then as you see, Wybara, my man, he is crazy. Brendan Wybara, I mean, I'll tell you this much, Johnny. When I'm racing this guy on Mondays and he's going hard, I'm just like, you know what, Brendan, you take it. He is such a handful, such a good driver, and so good at working the inches, squeezing you, putting you in positions you don't want to be in. He is one of the best at forcing you into mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like, he's the either you win or you don't win.
Checkers or records.
So I gotta win. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which makes I feel like makes a great race car driver. Like I when I get on here, my biggest fear is crashing. I feel like once I get over that, then me and Ybarra will be up there in the conversation of the GOATs.
Exactly. That's really all it takes is the willingness to crash. I mean, honestly, though, that really is a big thing. Like having that belief in your car control and what you can do to take those chances, which Wybara very much has. You see him just every possible angle here on Parham, trying to put the pressure on, and you cannot take anything away from Justin Parham right now. It is so damn difficult to do what Parham is doing right now. When you have someone breathing down your neck, trying to take air off of you every chance you get, trying to make you think that you don't have the lines that you have, Parham will not be denied. These two are doing a phenomenal job. And already a little bit of I can say contention between these two teams. Parham, a teammate of Stinson. Wybara and Stinson are part of that penalized group a couple of weeks ago. You know that is in the back of both these minds, some team pride here. To the inside, Parham's gonna have some air here. Wow, what a job by Wybara. Oh, Parham a little bit tight on the exit there, grazes the wall. Keeps his momentum somehow, but they're gonna be side by side through 1 and 2 again.
Oh, and there you can see the advantage of going down deep into the... Oh, my God.
And the disadvantage was that you lose that run-up speed, and the one way to negate that is slam the door shut. My goodness, Brendan Wybara.
Like I said, just the losing the fear to crash.
And then behind that, you see Redinger saying, Parham is my friend, and you're his teammate, Dane Sanchez, so I'm going to do that to you. And then Redinger returns the favor to the backpack driver. We got a little bit of a flashback to last year, except that you can replace DDI 44 Ever with Venom, as you see Redinger and Parham getting backpack everything they can handle.
My God, it's so intense. Like, I don't even know which guy to look at right now.
This is insane. Look how much Parham doesn't want to give this up. This is going to open the door for Redinger. Oh, this looks good for Parham. I like his drive off here, Johnny. Ybarra wants the side draft. It's not there. Redinger wants to fill the gap. This is such good stuff.
We're gonna see 3 wide soon.
I wonder what Redinger is thinking. Like, does he want to force the issue? Does he want to help his teammate? He's gonna push his teammate here. But that 3 wide's gotta be tempting, right? It's gonna open up here again. And Sanchez says, if you don't, then I will.
Like I have a cockpit view of it. If you want to check it out.
Yeah. And this is with Redinger, right?
With Redinger, yeah.
And yeah, there you see. And that's got to be tempting. And you see the run not forming up for Redinger right there as these drivers. And mind you, Redinger has Sanchez to his inside right now, as you see in the bottom of your screen. So not able to use that corner quite like I think he'd like to. Trying to buy his time right now. Also, we're coming close to that last pit stop. And these guys, they've got to be using their tires too right now, right, Johnny?
They're not worried about tires right now. I doubt it.
3 seconds back to Fritz, so you'd think they'd have the leeway to go crazy. Oh boy, how long until Redinger forces the issue here? Ybarra back to the lead. Redinger to the inside of his teammate, but he's not going to side draft Parham. Yep, called that. My goodness. And one thing you got to remember here, too, is Redinger got to kind of sit in the catbird seat, eating popcorn, watching these two battle. There's a good chance Redinger may have slightly more rubber underneath him than these two.
I feel like if anybody, it'd have to be Sanchez.
Yeah, we saw that first run with Sanchez as well.
I feel like these top 3 are battling a little more harder than Sanchez. Sanchez is just waiting for his opportunity.
I agree, and we saw around maybe 10 laps from now, Sanchez really coming to his own. Oh boy, as we get a break for momentarily, as we go through the rest of the field, we have Fritz hanging out in 5th. These two probably looking up in front of them thinking, I'm fine here. Fritz and Stevens chilling out, as is Volpis right now. Dalton Connor, he has a little bit of drama going on around him, as you see Lolis and Jake Johnson. This is the battle for the top 7, really. This is all the way for 8th to 7th, I should say. Behind them, you have Kevin Kyle and Zach Panzarella working against Cody Matthews, both working around Matthews there. Kyle and Panzarella have together worked their way through the field as, oh boy, big loose moment there for Cody Matthews. But now up to 11th is Kyle, 12th is Panzarella, and they have been connected this entire time.
These are guys you usually see up in the front. I wouldn't doubt they're trying to help each other out. I mean, I don't know so much as now that Kevin Kyle has a bigger gap to Panzarella.
Right, I agree. As we've seen them swap a few times on my data, but yeah, staying together and yeah, using that draft we saw with Backpack, how advantageous that can be, how it allowed Backpack to really close in that gap to Parham and create this cluster. You know what that we're watching right now, and there right on the top of that is Case of Beer, who recently pit, and you see, oh my gosh. Trying to get one of his laps back. 2 laps down right now is Case of Beer.
That's the one thing, too, I've been seeing. Just a lot of exchanging paint with that wall.
Yeah. Casual paint.
That's why you paint your car white.
Yep, so it doesn't show up. They don't know who it is. Redinger really seems like he's going to have something for the backpack racer of Brandon Ybarra here. Loose off both drivers there as they continues to breathe down his neck. Sanchez falling off a little bit and the gaps widening up. So, as you see, Dalton Connor, Jake Johnson currently racing for 8th, 9th. Brandon Lolis currently still watching that battle. Behind them by a pretty big margin, we see KK, Kevin Kyle, and Zach Panzarella. Cody Matthews behind them. Jay Stinson hanging out in 14th. Chase Greer. All these drivers recovering from earlier incidents right now. Kind of starting to settle down a little bit here. I think a lot of these drivers knowing a pit stop is around the corner.
Yeah, this is just going to get more intense if we get another green flag stop.
And that's Lanot Lynott currently 1 lap down. Lynott has pit 3 times. So, oh no! Oh no! Cody Matthews into the wall hard. Looks to be
that was
overall okay. Do we have a shot of that?
Yeah, I have a shot of that.
Here we go. Oh,
One
just
right
misses
there.
the exit. And then
2, 3. That slowed him down right there a lot.
the wall was there, in fact. He did have to check, but the wall was there.
It
And
looked
now
like
is
the whole stretch that was just bouncing off the wall.
one of those wrecks where you really feel silly because you're like, oh my gosh, it's a straight line. Why do I keep hitting the wall? But oh my God, easier said than done. Now you see Stinson with some really good long run speed, breathing down the neck of Panzarella right there. Kevin Kyle's still in front of that group. We see Dalton Connor, Jake Johnson in front of them. And then, yeah, these guys kind of just living their own lives right now. Parham falling off a cliff, Johnny.
That's 4th.
3 seconds off.
Yeah, those tires got to be angry with him right now. I mean, that was a great battle between pretty much 2 teammates against 2 teammates, but these are the consequences now.
Exactly. We speculated that a few of these trucks would definitely suffer from that battling, and it looks like Parham, the first thing, is going to bring it down. Parham on the earlier side, 55 to go. That is just within the window. I mean, like 1 overtime, I think, would put Parham in a pretty precarious position. I believe Sanchez brings it down as well. So 2 of our top 5 going to bring it down for a set of tires as Wybara continues to lead this race, followed by Redinger. But I would assume that will definitely want to make these guys want to bring it down soon. Not that time, though.
I feel like that's another strategy. Put 2 teammates, or 1 teammate and 1 teammate, send them down to the pits at the same time, and then the battle continues.
Exactly. I think it could be this time. Oh man, big hit in front of the leader. That was the 25 right there. The big hit to the outside wall. Wybara able to get around him, but gonna elect not to pit again. Nor will Redinger. Fritz gonna leave it out. Stevens up to 4th. He's gonna stay out. Volpus will as well. You see in front of him is Daniel Plant Smith. Plant Smith pitting back on lap 41 with a 1-minute stop. So Plant Smith clearly getting some damage fix, actually, Johnny. Working his way back through the field here is the 21.
Oh,
And here
okay,
comes
so
Wybara.
what is the fuel
About
like for these trucks?
55. I think guys like Sanchez and Parham were right on that window, right on it. Like I said, they could not afford an overtime restart. They need this thing to maybe even have a caution. They could not have hit a lap sooner.
And then so with Pat Smith, you said in 40 something, so
Plant Smith's gonna need
yeah,
it.
like about 10 laps ish.
Yeah, he's gonna need to pit again soon. I would think actually less than that, Johnny. I think maybe 3 or 4 laps. As you saw Stevens come down, Redinger is down now. Fritz is down. So you now see Stinson out still. Matthews, I believe Panzarella has brought it down. There he is. So Volpus actually going to inherit the lead of this race now. And Stinson's still out. Plant Smith, Chris Cowgill, I should say. Glenn Grigsby. So we're definitely towards the latter stages of this cycle there. There is Daniel Schmidt. And here comes Volpus.
And Volpe is someone we haven't really been talking about this whole race, but he's a guy I've known to have a strategy that he will either benefit him or hurt him. So I wonder what he's running. He's been kind of just laying low, especially after the win last week.
Yeah, which is when he's honestly most dangerous, when you think he might be up to something. You see Chris Cowgill bring it down. Here comes his teammate Glenn Grigsby. Patrick Cowgill still needs the pit. So Stinson and Cowgill and Plant Smith are the only ones who have yet to pit. I think Plant Smith is bringing it down right now. Yes, he is. So just Stinson and Calgill now. This will be interesting. 50-ish, 49 to go in this race right now. And these guys, they're going to be losing pretty considerable time on these older tires. They're definitely hoping for a caution, and I doubt they have far. Yeah, here comes Calgill. Stinson with enough to run one more lap. I cannot believe that, Johnny.
It's the who was it at Pocono who everybody was afraid was going to run out of fuel?
Oh, right. Who was that?
Is that Elliott?
Yep.
The Chase Elliott tank right now?
Or a Joe Logano tank, as we see sometimes in Atlanta. As there goes Stinson, going to finally bring it down. And that will give the lead to Danny Sanchez, who did pit on the earlier side of that. So he pitted back on lap 75. His teammate of Ibarra was 78. And then someone like Parham, who we've seen be one of the more dominant trucks here today as well, he was 75 too. So the most advantageous truck here is that one right there, the 42 of Kenneth Redinger. He's going to cycle here to 4th place, but he pit all the way back on lap 79. So he's going to have a 4-lap advantage to everyone besides Ibarra.
Yeah, I feel like, at least from what I'm seeing, you don't really have you have an advantage up until like maybe 8 laps, 10 laps.
Right. We talk a lot about that plateau point, which really, since the update on the trucks here on this iRacing service has become more apparent. It's definitely a thing over on the ARCA side of things. But in the trucks, it's definitely becoming more of a factor where you really just have to fight off the beginning, like you said, about 10 laps of that run, where the advantage is pretty massive. But if you can make that last and you can keep your track position, there's a good chance you can hold off the field and make
64.
Oh, the 64 round. Glenn Grigsby. And the caution is out after 84 laps. The caution is out.
Looking back at it right now.
And here we go. Let's take a look. Grigsby with Calgill, Lynott, and Schmidt.
It looks like he was coming down.
Racing incident.
Just racing incident. Just coming down. Tapped
Lynott
and then just busted out a nice little 360.
Yep. Really didn't hit the wall too bad though.
No, I don't think anything. If he hasn't used his fast repair, I don't think he should
be
too
fine,
worried.
right?
The only thing I'm worried about is those tires. He pit already, right?
Right, and I wonder what's going to happen here. Who's going to want to pit and who's not? Really, really precarious place for the caution to come out. And here we go. Sanchez, Ibarra, Parham, all our leaders going to bring it down. Lynott as well, but I see a few staying out already. Vulpes going to stay out. Panzarella going to stay out. Stinson looks to be staying out. So a handful of drivers here, but our points leader staying out. We see Plant Smith there, but I believe Plant Smith is a wave around truck here. He's a lap down. So these guys will take the wave
not
around.
Lucky Dog.
Wave
not
around.
Yeah, Lucky got his lap back.
Lucky Dog is going to go to... Oh, Smith here, actually. Smith will get the Lucky Dog. So what that means is he'll be able to pit as well as get his lap back, whereas all the wave around trucks, like you were just alluding to, are going to have to get their lap back, but they do not get to pit. So could have been worse for Plant Smith. He'll be in the rear of the field, so he's going to have a lot of work to do. But a lot of stuff changing there. As you see, Panzarella, Vulpes, Stinson, Connor, and Cody Matthews staying out. Everybody else for fresh tire. Oh, no. Fuel for some of these guys. Fuel only for a lot of these guys. I believe.
Refresh my memory. How many tires are
3 available in the pits of them. So you'd think they are existent, but it's still a good amount of laps left here, about 30-ish, 40-ish.
I think the strategy has to be get fuel, save that last pair.
Right.
We've already done at least two pit stops. Save that last pair just in case anything goes down.
And the first truck on fresh tires is the one on screen right now. That's Kenneth Redinger. Redinger and Lynott appear to have fresh tires. So we'll have to see what advantages that provides to those. But Panzarella, Vulpes, Stinson, Connor, and Matthews, I don't think is as big of a disadvantage as they initially anticipated. Oh. And Plant Smith was relying on the wave round. He was not the lucky dog. And the leaders did not all pit. So Plant Smith will not get his lap back here.
Oh, that.
Brutal for the 21 there.
Yeah, I think someone didn't like his showboatness of drifting Sonoma.
Right? That offended somebody out there. As lights are off the pace car, we're getting ready to go green again.
And Panzarella got back up to the top.
Yeah, Panzarella staying out. Him and Vulpes going to get trap position that way. Vulpes has been quietly phenomenal today, like you said, as the pace car gets ready to pull off. Outside lane in control here. Vulpes, our leader, being followed there by Dalton, Connor, Stinson behind Panzarella. Good jump there from Vulpes, and here we go. New cast of characters up front here, and a big mixed bag of strategy behind them with up to 21st is all that's on the lead lap at this point. Here we go. Oh, Lynott loose. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at Fritz to the inside there, 3 wide. You see Lola is getting past there. Sanchez trying to use the outside. Gonna go 3 wide here with Parham. Absolute insanity through the middle of this field. We anticipated this type of stuff happening with all these different mixed bag of strategies, different tire situations, field situations, all different here. Joseph Vulpes holding on to the lead, but man, the middle of the pack is insanity. Oh my God! Oh wow.
My God!
How?
Okay, I have what happened to Lynott, and then we're gonna go back to that one too.
All right, here we go for Lynott. Being followed by Plant Smith. Lynott going through 1 and 2, just gets loose.
Yeah, just got loose.
Nice save by
saved
Lynott.
it. And then let me find.
And just so much craziness right here. Oh man, oh, Finnegan loose on the bottom of the track. Able to keep it together. Oh, but I think that may be a yellow. As Zabek behind him is around 2. And yeah, yellow out, Johnny.
I got so much that's happening. I don't have.
We saw Finnegan. We saw Finnegan.
Yeah, let me go to the Finnegan one.
All right, here we go. As you see, Vulpes currently bringing the field around. Vulpes, Panzarella, Stinson, Wybara, Connor, your top 5 right now. Under caution here again at Texas.
All right, I have that ready.
Let's take a look at what happened to Finnegan to bring out this caution.
And it's
That's Stevens on his inside.
just came down.
Yeah, it came down. That turn 3 and 4, it's a tough one. And you saw it right there with Finnegan and Zabek behind them.
That?
Yeah, it's Zab right there behind them. Oh no.
What happened? Oh.
Oh wow, that's Bugay. Oh, just some checkups gets into Zab, huh?
Oh no, I think that's neck code. Go. Like I don't see contact really.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nope. Yeah. No, look, that's where the quote unquote contact is.
Yeah, never touching. Thanks, iRacing.
I mean, I think it would have touched with the way the path he was taking. but
Brutal
yeah.
for Zab,
Oh.
and then he gets T-boned into the wall. I think Zab had already used that fast repair. Brutal for Mark Zabik right there. As it looks like Panzarella pits. Cowgill brings it down. Sanchez, Lolis, Schmidt, Finnegan, unsurprisingly, and Swingle. So a handful of trucks bringing down Panzarella and give up that second place track position there. So these guys still with another lap around here.
And then we have Yubara back up in third.
Yeah,
Parham
we do.
not too far behind in sixth. Redinger in eighth.
Yeah, I'm surprised Redinger wasn't able to make more forward progress on that restart, but doing a good job nonetheless. But yeah, a lot of the guys who have dominated the early stages of this race, working their way back up to the front. Volpus, one guy that's got to be very scary to see up front. The championship leader and having one of his most dominant seasons, no matter where he is of his whole career. So Volpus right now back up front with a great situation in front of him, and these cautions definitely helping those who stayed out.
Volpus' plan of attack right now is just stay low, don't make too much noise, and look at that, brought it back up to first.
Exactly. Couldn't agree more. As third caution of the race, and we've seen so many times here how cautions can breed cautions. Wouldn't be surprised for today to be a similar story as we are in the nitty gritty of this thing here now. Field bunch back up. A lot of these drivers getting back on the lead lap due to these cautions. Things can definitely get messy here. It's going to be interesting. As we see Volpus will take the outside again. So the outside, the preferential lane for these leaders here today, the ones who have the choice. Very interesting.
Yeah, I may be too much of a rookie because I don't understand why to take the outside. I mean,
I don't know.
The only thing I could think of is just putting the squeeze,
Right.
making sure you don't give too much room to the guy on the inside, especially with everybody getting, fresher tires than they were a couple laps ago. They have the little bit more stability on them.
Maybe giving yourself that wide arc through 1 and 2 is the important corner, but we'll have to see here. Again, it is Volpus on the outside, that 13 truck leading us here. He will be the control truck, as lap 95 will be the lap we are going on here out of 129 scheduled here. And here we go, Volpus with a great restart. Field looking good so far. Everyone, so far, so one of our cleaner restarts, but here we go. Again, mixed bag of tires through the field. This guy's looking good. Oh, Shelton hooked. Oh! Oh, no. Shelton looked to have gotten hooked there. Demolishes Panzarella in the inside lane. And Finnegan right now on screen involved in that one as well. I think one of the repercussions of that one. Oh, no. Back under yellow here.
That one ready.
Here we go. Keep your eye on the 25 black truck in the middle there. Coming up.
Oh, yeah, it looked like he just kept going up.
Straight into Panzarella. Huge hit for the 12. Into Sanchez. Big hit for the front end of Sanchez.
Then you can see a check up from 29 to 78. 64 getting in the back of Cowgill. 78 getting a mollywop to the 25 again.
He got turned in that one, didn't he?
Yeah. Check on Panzarella. Panzarella looks like he's fine.
Let's see. We'll take a look at the ones involved. Let's see. Zach's. Here, hold on just a sec. Look at Zach Steffens first. Steffens looking okay. Who else was involved in that? Brand Shelton in the pits. Major damage for Shelton. Panzarella. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That right side. Not looking good, as he's going to bring it down as well with Sanchez. Let's take a look at Sanchez's front end. Yeah, bent up on the left side. All types of damage for lots of fast trucks. Then Calgill in this one too. Yeah, Calgill involved in this one as well. Brutal wreck here. Back in Texas. Light's still in the pace car, so I'll tell you what. Why don't we go ahead and hit a commercial for our boys in KK Woodscapes.
We only work with the finest woods, the finest tools. We sand the wood here at KK Woodscapes. We stir the paint with a wooden stick here at KK Woodscapes. And then we brush the wood with a wooden brush here at KK Woodscapes. And when it's all said and done, we have these perfectly manicured nails. Put the plaques in the trophies, in the envelopes, ship them to your box, and on your way to you to commemorate your special day. Got wood, KK Woodscapes.
Do you got wood, Johnny? Because I do.
Seen that commercial? I got wood.
Yeah, it's hard not to, right? I actually gave Money Mayhem some free advertisement too there. Check that out. Oh, great broadcast, or great series over there, the Monday Night Mayhem. Man, they got some drama going on. I think the two leagues that are really showing just how incredible the talent spread is here among this network is Monday and Wednesday. As here we are, Vulpes still with the lead. Stinson in second place. whYZee and Connor are going to make up the second row. And I believe about 30-ish to go here, Johnny. Oh, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about it during our commercial break. So the reason I think Vulpes is taking that outside is because he's able to get such a great jump. So he doesn't have to worry about someone being on the inside.
Yeah, I can see that too. I think it has a lot to do with that. And he's done such a masterful job of it up to this point that not surprising to see why he doesn't want to change it. But here we go, getting ready to go green, lap 99. This will be, oh boy, a little bit of a stack up there involving Redinger. But Vulpes gets them going. whYZee with a great jump on the outside lane. He'll be to the outside of Stinson here, as these two who have gotten to know each other real well over the past few weeks are going to race each other once again. Here we go, Johnny. Oh my goodness.
I love this angle because it just, you can see, like, it looks like mayhem.
Yeah, well, it is.
I mean, it was, you know, that's caution, but it just looks so intense.
There is really no room being given at this point in the race. Stinson really got used up in that restart. He started in second place. He is now being passed by his teammate of Parham for fifth. So there goes Stinson down to, I should say fourth, Stinson down to fifth place. Now he's going to try to get that back here on Parham. But we got a battle for the lead here between whYZee and Vulpes. Wow.
Neck to neck.
So tight. Redinger in a familiar place that he's been all day today. How long until that guy pushes the 3 wide? He's going to throw Vulpes into 1 and 2 this time. Try to maybe get that 13 a little bit upset or clear one of them so he can go for it. whYZee is going to have to try to make that inside line work. He's going to shuffle in right behind Vulpes. Great move there by whYZee. Oh, man. How long until Redinger goes for it? He's getting those runs.
I mean, just what I'm seeing was Redinger was pushing Vulpes more than whYZee was getting pushed. But then whYZee coming up behind him, that kind of just threw me off.
Plant Smith just shoves Quesapir up the racetrack. Oh my goodness. Oh, into the wall goes Greer. Or was that Dalton Connor? I'm sorry, Dalton Connor into the wall. Plant Smith up to 9th. He was a lap down. He got that lap back. I think he just passed 10 trucks in 2 laps.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but oh my God. In 2 laps?
Insanity. What's going on here? Up front, whYZee getting passed currently by Redinger. The squeeze being put on. Oh me, oh my. You see whYZee is going to try to wrap this top. We've talked about how the bottom line is advantageous to 3 and 4. Redinger can't clear him though. What will that run be like for the 04 behind them? A very similar story between Parham and Fritz. And then, oh man, you cannot blink. Plant Smith has entered the conversation. Looking to the inside of Fritz. Look at this, 21 go. Oh my goodness, Johnny.
It's just, I'm so captivated right now.
He shoves the 98 up the racetrack. Stinson, this is a man on a mission right now. Plant Smith gonna go for 4th place right now. This is insane. Up front in front of them, side by side, Redinger and Volpis. What do you even look at? Got a wide angle here. Look at this action. Incredible. Oh my God, look at Fritz to the inside. Not able to make it work. That's going to hurt his momentum pretty bad. You see Cody Matthews, never say die. The 10 of Cody Matthews, what a job he's done. Side by side still, Volpis and Redinger. And look at Plant Smith. Look at the squeeze by Volpis there.
They're pretty much just driving on the grass right now.
Yeah, this is nuts. Oh! A little bit of a touch there. Upsets the 42 of Redinger. Redinger somehow keeps it together, clears the unbelievable, clears the 13 of Volpis. Oh my goodness! Gets Plant Smith gets. I am speechless right now. How did Plant Smith not wreck there?
It's the drifting lessons. That's what it is.
It has to be. That is inhuman. That thing was facing the front wall. Now he's on the inside of Volpis again. Plant Smith, I can't believe I haven't brought this up now, has by far the cleanest, the freshest tires in this field. He pit back on lap 92. He was the lucky dog. He had the drive from the rear, but it has not been a problem up to this point. He has 7 lap fresher tires than Redinger and 12 lap fresher than Volpis. Volpis is a sitting duck right now.
That explains the massive jump he's just made.
Unbelievable. I mean, even though you have to pass all those trucks, we saw how that would kind of even it out. Oh my gosh, Lolis and Matthews, did you see that? Lolis backs out of it. Lives to see another day. Oh my goodness. Can we get a caution so I can breathe?
Looking back at Daniel Smith, man, through the turns too.
Oh yeah, he's got him. Plant Smith. Looking to the inside. Right behind them, you cannot slip up here, Johnny. You just have Fritz waiting to pounce. One mistake here, and Fritz is going to take it. But Plant Smith going to look to the inside of Redinger. I don't think there's much Redinger can do here. 19 to go. Unbelievable racing here between the two leaders. Two of the most elite drivers this league has ever seen. Racing against each other right now. The championship leader right behind them. Behind easily the most underrated driver in this league of Matthew Fritz. What a cast of characters we have. And there is no give here between Redinger and Fritz. I'm sorry, Redinger and Smith. And
first two rows have just been pretty much glued at the hip with each other.
Exactly, and there's just nowhere to go for Vulpes. You can't create that third lane, especially through here at 3 and 4. This is unreal.
Especially with having talked about earlier with the plateau kind of being like around 10-ish laps, 7-lap fresher tires. Yeah, you can't really do much yet.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with that. You don't know if the yellow is coming or not. You got to be careful here. Oh boy, based on behind them, it may be coming soon. Case of beer. whYZee, Sanchez, Parham, mixing it up. Oh my goodness, I don't know how they figured that out. I cannot believe these guys are still side by side. This is insane. What a show. I am in disbelief. And here we go in front of them. You see, or I'm sorry, behind them, Calgill, Stinson, 3 wide. I mean, it's everywhere, Johnny. Oh man, you see Parham touch the apron there. You don't want that.
I mean, I'm looking at the group right next to Case of Beer, and everybody's just so wound together. Oh. As Sanchez almost tried going for 3 wide.
Parham loses all his momentum there. Look at that. Parham. Really, really bad 1 and 2 there for Parham. Into the wall. Looks like that was Michael Mata. But yeah, there we go. And Redinger completes to pass eventually, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And behind them is not the slightest bit figured out.
Yeah, they're in their own world right now. Nothing else matters to them.
And there's only 14 to go. Oh, the 40's down. Chase Greer, big hit for Lewis. Into Dalton Geyer, into Mata, back into Lewis. Oh no. Oh, Geyer and Lewis. And with 14 to go, we're under yellow. As if this thing could get any crazier. We're gonna freaking bunch them all back up. Oh man. Okay. My side hurts right now, Johnny.
Yeah, my poor seat is just clenched.
Oh, my poor underwear. Oh my God. What a show. Okay, you got that replay?
I have that replay.
Okay, let's do that before we gush over what just happened. But here we go. Chase Greer on the inside. Keep your eye on that black and orange. Actually, no, look at whYZee into the wall. Oh, and Mata. Go back again. I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead. So you see whYZee in the front in the blue truck. He is going to hit the wall, but Mata is 2 behind him. And Mata's
it looked like he kind of loose in the rear.
Mm-hmm. And Mata just, as if lap 1 wasn't enough. And Chase Greer's got to be sick of Michael Mata by now.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's turning around looking at him.
Yep. Oh, finger out the window. Oh!
And then that's where the...
Oh, yeah.
Where Lolis puts him.
And there's Geyer right there. Who was that? That initially got into that. Oh, it's the 83. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that was Lolis.
Oh, we have different Lolis games, yeah. That is Lolis.
Geyer went back up into Mata, came back down into Lolis again.
And then big hit for Geyer. Big hit for Geyer.
I counted 5 hits right there.
Yeah. And Lolis, too, to be fair. 6. And Lolis says, thanks, buddy. DDI 44 ever, backpack racing. A match made in heaven. All right. Now we have a minute, Johnny. Let's gush over what the hell we just watched. I want to really take my cap off to a handful of drivers here. And let me just make the fancy camera angle so I can really do it. I mean, first off, it's got to be Redinger and Plant. What a show by these two, giving each other space, side by side for what seemed like a lifetime. I think it was at least 10 laps for the lead. What a job by those two drivers. Incredible driving put on by those two. Vulpes and Calgill were doing the exact same thing behind them. And they also gave each other the space needed. World-class driving by those two drivers. And then Sanchez, Kesa Beer, Matthews, Swingle, everyone really here. Parham, who I believe may have pit. Yeah, Parham looks to have pit. But everyone that was in the top 10 for that drive really deserves some kudos there. This league has had some growing pains, putting together so many talented drivers, but that right there is why that's worth working through those growing pains and why it's worth whatever you have to put up with when you put together a league like this, because my goodness, that's just about the greatest show you're going to see on four wheels right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how far Daniel Plant Smith and Redinger's iRacing history goes to. I know Vulpes and Calgill.
10 years.
Those guys, so you race. I'm assuming they've raced each other a lot more than just this year.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to just do that ballet dance of just not hitting each other, everybody running their line and just giving a good battle, that I don't think I could count on both my hands how many times I would see something like that go on for so long.
It takes so much discipline, so much trust in the driver that you were doing that with. And like you said, a lot of these drivers, they've raced each other a few times, a handful, especially like Vulpes, Calgill, definitely a handful of times, but not as many as you'd think. Same goes for Redinger and Smith. Those guys are both full-timers over on Friday nights, but man, it really is impressive when you get to see a show put on like that. But here we go, and this is about 11 to go. This is a shootout if I've ever seen one, Johnny. Here we go. Kenneth Redinger, the control car on the outside again. Brilliant restart. Actually, I'm going to say not as good as what we saw Vulpes able to do. Oh, this is going to be an interesting 1 and 2.
I think it could have been. I think I saw Daniel Plant Smith kind of lose control a little bit.
Oh, Greer around. Greer around. Oh, another wreck.
Oh.
Oh no! Johnson! Stinson! Parham! Oh no! Oh no! Caution, obviously. Parham is destroyed. One of the dominant trucks can't even limp it to the pits. He will have to tow his teammate of Jay Stinson with similar damage. Chase Greer involved in that one too. Chase Greer, rough day. I don't think anything has been his fault. We'll see this one here.
I got it ready.
Let's take a look. So keep your eye again on the black and orange truck of Greer. Outside lane. You see Calgill to his inside. Greer gonna try to split the middle. Whoa.
So I think I know what happened there. We played on real time.
Uh-huh.
But I think he saw he was gonna come up on and clip the 37. Or is that? No, it's not 37 here. But I think he thought he was gonna clip him, so he tried to avoid it, lost control of the truck, and started spinning out.
Yeah, a little bit of an overcorrect. You talk about those so much. They're far more common in the Cup cars, which I know you get to cover a lot over on Sundays. And there's a secondary incident. Man, how'd that one get? So
I think
ugly.
he just hit the wall. Yeah, hit the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Johnson.
And then look at Parham here. Go to Parham and go to the moments before death. Oh no! It was the ass.
Yeah.
It was the ass of his teammate. Look at the butt of Stinson here. All right, keep your eye on the white truck. Watch this. No!
Yeah.
Oh no! Butt tap to butt tap. Never go butt to butt, Johnny. Ever.
Yeah. Maybe once in a while. Oh, racing. Oh.
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah. That's not one of those life lessons that applies to racing. That is a racing lesson. But as you see, there it is. 6 caution, and man, cautions breed cautions, as that is another one right there. And one guy that we have not talked about anywhere near enough I mean, we've talked about him a little bit, but not enough. Patrick Cowgill. Oh boy. I mean, I don't know if Redinger and Smith know about Patrick Cowgill yet, which is what's so fun about this league, but I think they might be about to learn.
Yeah, Cowgill's always been just a guy, one of the guys I look up to in trucks.
Yeah.
And just the experience that they have with it. They know how the truck handles.
I look up to Patrick Cowgill as well. He is a mentor of mine. One of the best dudes you'll ever meet. But like we talked about in the previous caution, he has over a decade of experience sim racing underneath him, and that has a lot to do with why that guy is a multi-time champion, a multiple time race winner in several leagues. Patrick Cowgill's trophy case is certainly very crowded. One of the guys coming over from the PRL and the DDIRL, part-time over in the MRL was Cowgill, helping Team DDI 40 Forever win their most recent championship over there, team championship, I should say. But Patrick Cowgill, one of the guys going into this series that I think everyone had circled, thinking that is a championship contender. I can tell you from one of the admins of the DDIRL side, it was Panzarella, Cowgill, and Backpack. Those were the guys who I was excited to really put up a fight against the MRL and BRL guys. And here is Patrick Cowgill, after a month off, mind you, with that rig issue, back where he left off, didn't skip a beat as we get ready to go green.
Yeah, before we take off, I'm looking at Grier. He's still out there. Oh, that truck is
probably injured, but
heavily.
Oh, that thing is next to the Panzerella is missing a fender, so you know. Tyler Reddick went to race that way. Green flag. Whoa! Smith destroys Redinger on the restart. Great start by Smith there. To the lead goes the 21. 6 to go in this race right here. And oh, Case of Beer gets into Vulpes. Vulpes loose. Vulpes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Oh God.
Oh, the pain. Daily Driver's Inc. logos everywhere. That's not cheap for us, Johnny.
I regret making the joke earlier. Is this Daytona?
Dalton Geyer using his strategy. He's going with the inside wall strategy for this one. Interesting.
All right, I have that ready.
It's the whole track.
It's yeah.
Oh
it's gonna
boy.
be brutal for me.
So it starts with Vulpes and Case of Beer. Contact. Vulpes doing everything he can to gather it up. And it just wasn't meant to be. Oh no. It says, thanks for that, Johnny. And oh God, if Sanchez has been in the middle of all these. Look at Wybara. The Red Sea is part for Wybara, but not for anybody else.
37 is spinning.
Look at Fritz. Look at Fritz. Top of your screen. Bye, Dalton. Dead Dalton Geyer. Oh, Fritz. Look at Fritz. Oh my God. Oh, he did it.
Oh, that's.
Oh, Stevens. Boone. Case of Beer. Okay, you got it right on board. I'll take off the replay again. Go back and right on board with Fritz. That's gonna be the journey of a lifetime. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime.
All right, you want it real time or slow mo?
Oh, slow-mo.
All right.
This is the Matthew Fritz cam. Let's part the Red Seas like you're Moses. That's who it is, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, so there's the Vulpes. And look at the RPMs going down like a wise man would. Okay. All right. Step 1, done. That's the Red Seas if I've ever seen it. It's parted.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's coming up on the left. What do you do here? Oh my God. Oh! Grazes that. That's okay. Look at that wheel, by the way. What a job by Matthew Fritz.
I want to see that in real time.
Real time. But watch the wheel. Watch the wheel. Watch the wheel here. Oh my God. Oh, what a job by Fritz. Mind you, Johnny, there was a truck spinning about a millimeter behind him, and don't think he didn't see that. And how many times have you screwed up a wreck when you're, you think you're through it, you look behind you, you're like, oh crap, and you gun it, and then you mess it up.
Yeah, one too many.
Yeah,
one
I
too
know.
many for
Yeah.
sure. Especially with trying out these new Cup cars.
Don't envy you for that, my friend. Definitely check them out, though, as we're getting ready to go green lights. So we want the pace car. But like John was alluding to, here is the VRN broadcast schedule for this season currently. Double headers on Mondays, the DDIMRL ARCA Series. Zach Panzarella, man, sharp new driver over there, Johnny, winning at Richmond. And then over in MRL, there goes, those guys are getting close to their postseason, and it is dramatic. So definitely check that out. If anything, it's like, it could be your next new sitcom. Trust me, guys, it's a lot of fun over there. Bonfire Race League, you guys just saw us do that last night. Great race over there. Those guys are only 2 races away from their postseason. And here you are on the Wednesday night DDI MRL Moonlight Truck Series, the cream of the crop, really, when it comes to all these leagues put together. And we are in the midst of our season, about 40% of the way through it. Next week, we will be over at Bristol. God. After that, we'll be going to Quantum Contender Series. That'll be Kevin Kyle with a mystery broadcast partner. That'll be launching soon in the next month or so. And after that, on Sundays, that's where you can see yours truly right here, Johnny Replay with Mean Gene Money and Smokin' Joe on the premier BRL Cup Series. And yeah, as Johnny Replay has been alluding to, that is not easy over there. A lot of great drivers, and see some rookies like Juan Delgado going through his growing pains over there in that Cup car.
They have an inside scoop that he really hates that car.
Oh, what? Thank you for that inside scoop. All right, boys, it's overtime time. Dan Plant Smith control truck on the outside. You saw him get a massive restart. Same story here. 2 to go. Next flag will end the race if we get to the white flag. If we don't, then we will rack this thing back up. But right now, Plant Smith doing everything he has to. What a journey it's been for that driver. But same with the second place truck of Cody Matthews. Cody Matthews 3 wide with Redinger and Wybara. Behind them, you see, oh my God, you see a not loose Volpus going through it. Greer still all in it. Mata, Panzarella, so many of these drivers slicing and dicing. But let's go back up front because Dan Plant Smith is about to take the white flag. So the next flag will end this race, whether it be a yellow or a checkered. Behind them, side by side, is Redinger and Wybara. Wybara going to make the move to the inside. He has far fresher tires than anyone around him, but he's going to need a massive move to do anything here against Smith. Smith trying to break the draft to the inside. Wybara gonna take the inside lane, but he doesn't have the run. Daniel Plant Smith sold the show, but got second place at Sonoma. That's not what's gonna happen here today. Plant Smith wins at Texas, just barely. What a fight by Wybara. Wybara is gonna have to settle for second. Crazy push by him with insanely 20-lap fresh tires. Insanely good job by him. Redinger third, Calgill fourth, Matthews fifth.
That, just take a breather. Oh my God, one more lap. I think Ibarra had it.
Easy.
The run was insane.
It was closer. Like, I started calling Smith's win, thinking I might be looking like a jackass because I was like, oh my God, I think Wybara might get him. I could not believe how big of a run Wybara had at 4. You are 1,000% right. I would put my bank account on the fact that if Wybara got another corner, that race was his. But man, it is hard to put or to take anything away from anyone in this race. I mean, I was just going through that last lap there, Johnny, and I'm just looking at all these drivers that went through so much today. Cody Matthews, Wybara, Smith was a lap down with 30 laps to go.
And it wasn't even until like about half the race where he started. No, not even half. More than half. 2/3 of the race where he started finally
drifting,
coming back up. There you go. He had what 12 laps. Went from 20 something to 7.
Yeah, and if you can find out for me while I pull up a little bit of data for us, where did Wybara start on that overtime restart? Because I don't understand how he did what he did. He pit on lap 117, Johnny. Like, he pit late. So 117 was before the last 2 cautions. So you know what I think it may have happened there? Is whYZee split we saw him split the middle on that big wreck, and he had track position that was not gifted to him because it's not easy to avoid wrecks like he just did, but a golden opportunity, and he did everything he could. He did everything he could.
Give me a second. I'm trying to.
My guess is about I think less than I think. I think it's probably like 5th or 6th. I don't think it's as bad as I thought. I forgot that whYZee was one of the guys who was Mosesing that early wreck. I'm sorry, that last wreck. But I will pull up the race results.
Yeah, he was in 6th.
6th, yeah, okay. So whYZee with a massive tire advantage. I mean, I can't even. Wow. I'm in shock looking at what I'm looking at here, Johnny. Like, so we ran 130 laps, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So whYZee, Matthews, Fritz, and Connor, and Case of Beer were in a massive advantage on that restart. They had a 20+ lap advantage. whYZee's wasn't that big, which is why whYZee's trap position was what it was. But wow, if that had gone to another restart, there's no way Plant Smith could have done anything. But that doesn't matter, and I've won plenty of races that way. More often than not, I win that way, to be honest. So what? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to show you the replay of how he did it.
Oh, let's do it. Hold on, let me get this off screen real quick.
It took one
Go for it.
corner.
That's why third car on the outside.
As soon as Daniel Plant Smith, he takes off too, and he has that gap between him and Cody Matthews, right? So he's able to accelerate a little faster. He's on his bumper, and then they're coming into turn 1, and he just takes over.
Wow, splits the middle. Actually, really uses fresh tires to go where no one else can. When you have old tires, you're drifting up the corner, right? When you're whYZee, you're going down it. And then I'm assuming here, just massive run, right? Just a big ass run. Yep, there it is. Big run. Right, and that's all she wrote by Ken. What a drive. And go back to that initial restart. I want to give whYZee his flowers for another thing he did here. So whYZee comes from the DDIRL. And one rule that league did not have is you were allowed to go 3 wide. You were allowed to change lanes before the restart. You could not do that here in MRL. And look at this golden opportunity that whYZee was patient about. He could have shot that gap right there. That middle is open for him. He could have pulled up Carson Hocevar, but made it work. But he knew the rules, and he was patient, and he got, I think, at the same result regardless. I think going for that move, you would have had some contact that would have stalled you out the same way. But look at whYZee. This is one of those very aggressive drivers, but with the talent to be a champion. We know he's a race winner multiple times, but my goodness, that is a scary, scary sight to see a Brandon whYZee putting it all together. What a phenomenal drive by him.
Goes to show you that patience is a virtue.
It really is. I mean, it could not be more true. And here is our finishing results. Daniel Plant Smith. I mean, I think we may have spoke it into fruition. I think the rest of the league's going to want to get you and I out of the booth as soon as possible because we're like the #1 members of the Daniel Plant Smith fan club. And it's been going pretty well for him at first and second place. A lot of time on the broadcast, both times. But Plant Smith, and we talked about it when we went live here, Johnny. You know what that means?
That's...
Yep.
Hold up. 6 for 6.
That's 6 for 6, baby. 6 winners. And the guy who almost got it done today, who I would not be surprised at all to see him get it done next week at Bristol, Brandon whYZee, he hasn't won yet. We could go 7 for 7 next week. whYZee comes home second. whYZee going to be a championship contender all year. Great finish by the DDIRL brought over driver, Backpack Racing team driver. Kenneth Redinger going to finish third. Redinger, just the cream of the crop, the what we all kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like our bar. We're the bar for oval racing right now seems to be Kenneth Redinger. He just doesn't know how to finish outside of the top 5, and today was no exception. Third place. Patrick Calgill, like we talked about before that last restart, he is going to need a lot of finishes like that. There is no winning or in here, Johnny. That is gone. So Patrick Calgill can't rely on a win, so he's going to need to rely on wins and finishes like that. He cannot finish worse than that if he can help it. Calgill going to start this one off, or continue off on the right foot, I should say. Calgill, 3rd place last week, 4th here today. Calgill going to need to continue that up if he wants to have a shot at this championship, because I can guarantee you that nobody else in this league wants Calgill in the chase with them. Cody Matthews going to come home in 5th place. Cody Matthews, the first ever DDIRL winner over at Daytona a year ago, showing why he is a mainstay of this league, one of the better SMW drivers, and a really, really solid driver. Matthews, one of those guys, Johnny, who I think he's going to sneak into that chase, and another guy that's going to make people very, very nervous once he's there. Matthew Fritz, similar to Panzarella, the 2 drivers who are in the top 5 of our standings who have not won yet are Fritz and Panzarella. That will continue on, but the consistency staying true for Fritz. He'll finish in 6th place. Joseph Volpes, our points leader, he'll finish in 7th place. Good finish for Volpes considering he spun about 10 laps before the finish. Dalton Connor up front all day, and he fought through a lot today. He'll end up in 8th place. Same goes for Jonathan Case-Beer of MC Motorsports. He'll end up in 9th. Chris Calgill with a really solid top 10. Calgill staying out of trouble all day today, having the speed to run with the top guys, and he's going to get rewarded with a 10th place finish. Kyle Lynott, man, a lot of early speed and then some misfortune that he was never quite able to fully recover from. Even in 11th place, very, very impressive. Michael Mata, he owes all the leaders of this race a Venmo, spinning out from the pole on lap 1, wrecking the front half of the field. But he is able to recover for a 12th, and I'm only being mean to him because he's a good friend of mine. I love you, Michael. Great job from Mata. Amazing pull from him. Mata, always great to see him on Wednesdays, and great recovery there. Dalton Geyer smacked the wall, Johnny, and finished 13th.
Got hit 6 times by the same person.
And finished 13th. That Dalton Geyer strategy working out for him. We said he was using that inside wall strategy. Hit the inside wall as many times as possible. Dalton Geyer hitting the inside wall the right amount of times. Great job by Geyer hitting that wall. He's going to ride up 13th. Danny Sanchez, he looked like he had a chance to win this race. This race felt like a movie, Johnny, because like, does it not feel like yesterday where Danny Sanchez was running in 3rd place in this same race, but Sanchez still very impressive to wind up 14th. Zach Panzarella, after that massive shunt to the inside wall, had over a minute, or I think it was actually 11 minutes of damage, was what we were told by Team DDI. Panzarella drove that very injured race truck to 15th place. That is going to be just a points race for Panzarella. Never really able to show what he was able to do today. Same really goes for Logan Boone. Logan Boone looked to have a lot of speed today, but he was just seeming to be no fault of his own in a lot of incidents today. Richard Swingle will end up in 17th place. Jake Johnson in 18th. And then over to you to handle all the guys who had wonderful days here. Starting with the guy who, oh boy, really deserved a better finish than that, Johnny.
Yeah, 19th Chase Grier, just a beat-up truck. Like
Abused
that
truck.
Yeah, and I feel like, if I remember correctly, most were not his fault. I don't
think any of them were Chase Grier's fault.
Yeah.
They got violated time and time again.
Just the victim. Victim to this whole race day. 20th Glenn Grisby, 21st Matt Novella, 27th Steve Fugay, 23rd Zach Stevens. Zach Stevens, very promising in the beginning too.
Right. Wow, what a movie.
A bunch of misfortune. Jordan Finnegan, 24th, Jason's 25th, Justin Parham, 26th, got mollywopped.
Maybe led the most laps today.
Led the most laps and ended up 9 laps down. I mean, bad. Just, oof. Brandon Lolis, 27th. Dylan Schmidt, 28th. Brandon Schultz, 29th. Mark Zabik, 30th. And Kevin Kyle, 31st.
And so now we will, real quick, before we let you guys out of here, take a look. Have you noticed, by the way, Johnny, like, I guess both of us, neither of us are Gen Alpha or whatever the young guys are. They say, instead of quickly, they say, let me quick show you. Have you noticed that?
I don't.
They go like, let me quick show you instead of let me quickly show you. Like, why not just say the extra? I'm making myself sound older now. It's also like how they say chat GBD, which I hate. But anyway, Joseph Volpes gonna hold on to that lead by a pretty big margin. I mean, for Volpes, maybe not. Do you know what his lead is on Tuesdays?
I heard he's really good on Tuesdays. I don't know what his lead is though.
Guess.
It's got to be right here, it's what, 30 points?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming 60?
It's 110.
Hot.
Yeah. Yeah. So Vulpes with a real narrow margin by Vulpes standards here. With only a 35 point advantage. Yeah, Vulpes, this is the year of Joseph Vulpes. There's nothing we can do about it. But Vulpes...
I just feel like I've been hearing his name so much throughout the week. Like,
for the month.
Just,
I used to be as good as him.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing wrong?
I don't know. I used to be like, oh, Vulpes is in second. I got this. And now I see him, I'm like, oh, well, I tried. Like, I don't know. He's not even one of those guys who has a lot of free time. I don't know how he's doing this, but Vulpes, unbelievable. I think a thing that we have to start paying a little bit of attention to here, Johnny, is so on Tuesdays, which we just saw last night over here on the truck series, the Bonfire Truck Series. So the way they do things over there is very different in terms of points, but the biggest difference that I want to allude to right now is the chase. So as you see in that bonus points column, that third one that has the numbers in it, that's not starts, that's the bonus points. Those are points that will follow you to the chase. So those are very important right now if you're in position to make the chase. Like you see someone like Panzarella in 5th right there. He only has 7. Everyone else around him, all the way down to Novella in 8th, has double-digit amounts. Those are going to... Oh, I looked at the wrong column. He only has 3. Fritz has 0, I guess. But yeah, but everyone above them, those two, I should say. So I guess Fritz and Pedro, I'll put them in the same hat there. I apologize. But above them, you see those double-digit bonus points. Those follow you to the chase. On Tuesdays, they do not. So Vulpes with that 110 point advantage, Johnny, and God, who knows how many bonus points? Probably, no exaggeration, man, like at least 60. At least 60. Those evaporate for Joseph Vulpes on Tuesdays. He's on the same level as everybody else who made the chase in that league. Over here on Wednesdays, those will follow you. So dominance or running consistent throughout the entire duration of the race, like you're seeing Parham there with the 21 bonus points leading the league right now. That's by winning stages. That's by leading laps, leading the most laps, having the fastest lap, having clean races with 0 X's. That is what it's going to give you that heads up in the postseason when we get there. I mean, don't forget the first season of DDIRL, the Truck Series, where Zach Panzarella won the championship. He had a god-awful postseason, barely able to clinch on the top 5s. It was all those bonus points that he had racked up. He went into that postseason with a 40-point advantage. If it wasn't for that, there's a 0% chance he would have been able to call himself a champion. He ended up winning that championship by 3 points over Calgill. So those bonus points are really what I think we're going to start looking at as we get closer to the postseason.
Yeah, those points, they're not totaled into the total points, right?
No, they're that's a really good question, Johnny. I think they are, to be honest. I think they are. But when you get, yeah, they are. But when you get to the chase, they'll probably put them at about like 1,000, and then they'll add those bonus points on top of that 1,000. So the points you have at that point won't matter anymore. They'll reset to 1,000 plus the bonus points.
So then looking at it, I mean, obviously we're very early into the season.
Mm-hmm.
If the chase were to start today,
Parham is first.
Parham would be first, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Parham would be the leader going into the chase with the biggest, and essentially a race. 21 points is like it's kind of like a mulligan, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to do the math here, but math ain't my strong suit.
No, it's tough. I mean, I think like you can probably, depending on how much you dominate a race, you can earn up to, I think, about 45, 50, but you have to be dominant. But you're not racing against the guy dominating the race. You're racing against, well, actually, no, this is the chase system. You're racing against the leader. But that's going to be huge for Parham and Vulpes. Those are the ones I'm looking at, too. I think Redinger as well. Obviously, Redinger, a dominant force in this league. But you look at guys like Fritz and Panzarella, especially, even more than whYZee, because whYZee is in a better situation. Because I think I can tell you right now, if I'm either of those two drivers, I'm thinking, okay, I'm in the chase. I got this. I know I'm fast enough to make the chase. I need to put myself in position to not, or to have a chance. I need to put myself in a position to have a chance against these guys there.
Yeah, because again, same scenario. If we were to start the chase right now, that's 7 guys that would be ahead of Fritz and Panzarella.
Mm-hmm. They would go quickly from 4th and 5th to, yeah, 8th and 9th. Pretty crazy how that works out. So that's something we're gonna have to keep our eye on, as well as that cut line. We still have a lot of races left to go, so it's a little bit too early to start freaking guys like Plant Smith, our race winner, with 4 races. That's disgusting. In the playoffs right now, and there is an eligibility requirement here. I should say that too, Johnny. This league inherited the MRL an eligibility requirement, which is, I believe, 75%, which means in this league you need to race, I think, 11 of our regular season races to even be eligible. So Plant Smith needs to be careful about that, but the speed is there. But you see where that cut line is. It's very, 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 very tight right now. And as always, every league, we talk about this, I think, every weekend, every time I'm sure you're on air, Johnny. It's attendance, right? It's always attendance.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for the Best of the Rest tournament in the trucks last season, and the attendance really helped out.
It did. It did. Hey, I mean, for all my championships, attendance was definitely my teammate. But yeah, there you guys go. Again, drop race in effect. So this is what we're dealing with here going into Bristol next week, which, you know, Bristol, straightforward race. Nothing crazy will happen in Bristol. No, that'll be extremely normal.
That'll be the cleanest race we've ever seen.
Yeah, you and I, like, you can take the day off replays, Johnny. We won't have any cautions. Nothing to worry about there. Can't wait for that race. So that is going to be mayhem. But that was a wonderful drive at Texas. And the biggest thing that I'm seeing here, my final thoughts, is just improvement as a whole for the league. We saw in the early stages of this series a very bold, I guess you could say, series to put together. The idea coming together from Joseph Volpis and Steve Fugay to combine the DDIRL Truck Series and the MRL Truck Series, 2 series that were pretty successful on their own, to make it into kind of a super series, just because there was so much exciting talent on both sides of it. And at first, I'll be honest, it seemed like the worst case coming true. Like, oh God, all the things that I was hoping wouldn't happen are happening right now. All the guys I was so excited to put on the track together aren't vibing with each other. And everyone here in the room, everyone in this series has been a huge adult, and they've been accountable. And no one's had an ego. And I think the 3 biggest things you can ask, Johnny, right? Be an adult, be accountable, be realistic about yourself, and don't have an ego. And I think that is what creates these incredible leagues, to where these races are so unbelievably special to win, where you can have a 6-for-6 type situation, both here on Wednesdays and Mondays now, to where we had to go 6 races, or it's been 6 races, or it took 6 races for both, all new winners. Just incredible stuff over here. And seeing it come together like this is truly beautiful. This now, right now, I don't mind cautions at the end of a race. I don't mind cautions in the middle of a race. I don't mind cautions like that. What we're experiencing right now, Johnny, is the best case. This is what I envision. This is what I imagine. This is why Joseph Volpis, Steve Fugay, and me, who they brought into me, and they brought this to me. This is what we all envisioned happening, and it's beautiful to see it happening. So I want to take my cap off to all the drivers on track today, keeping these fields big and putting on an incredible show. Tonight was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just looking back onto it, if it weren't for, if let's say we take out the last 4 or 5 cautions that happened, we could have had a completely different top 10.
Yeah.
Just and it's not because there's just so much talent with all these guys. Like, even just looking at the finishing results, there's like, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's like at least 10 people that I'm just like, they had a chance to win. They had a chance to win. They also had a chance to win. Like, it's such a great combination of talent. And even if, you know, like I don't know how people aren't not vibing, but I feel like that's also not a bad thing either, because there's that competitiveness between them. So it's not, we're not seeing these cautions because of dirty driving or anything. Almost every single one of them, I think, can at least be from just race incidents.
I could not agree more with that. And you're so right. Like, on Mondays, that league has been together for so long to where they're very dramatic, Johnny. They're extremely dramatic. But me and Gene, we very much feed into it. We try to make them angry at each other. because that league can be trusted around one another. They've been around one another long enough to where it's like we're not worried about that. This league is gonna be that, but what you just said about when the cautions happen today is the truest thing ever. And it really is one of those things, like we're going through that finishing order at the end of the race. We're looking at Zach Stevens, Justin Parham, Jay Stinson, guys who led a lot of laps today, guys who put down some of the fastest laps of the race, not there at the end because of how crazy these things can go. And what I don't like, and like what you were just alluding to, what I don't like is dumb wrecks, not checking up, ARCA breaking into early wrecks, just being irresponsible around your drivers early in races where it doesn't make sense. If things are gonna get messy at the end when the pay window is open and a trophy is right in front of you, go for it, boys. Like, all bets are off. I mean, I know myself well enough to know I do a lot of things I'm not proud of at that point in the race, but I don't care because I want to win. I always say the same thing, Johnny. Win now, apologize later. And I'm fine with whatever happens late in a race as long as it's not, belligerent, which it certainly was not today. But those late race cautions, I'll live with those all day long as we are getting there in a orderly fashion and putting on a show like they did today. So everything you just said, could not agree with more. Really, really good sign. Make sure to tune in next week, same time, same place. We'll be here at Bristol. Oh boy, for the last great Coliseum, one of my favorite racetracks. But boy, oh boy, that place can go one of two ways. We might be singing a different tune next week here, Johnny, but until then, that was a lot of fun. Don't miss Sunday for the Premier Cup Series to see BRL. That's the next time you'll be able to catch us over here on BRN, and then we'll be back on Monday for the doubleheader of the DDIRL ARCA Series and the MRL Monday Night Mayhem Cup Series, followed by what you guys just saw last night. One more race left in that regular season over on Tuesday nights before we decide who goes to the postseason over there. But for today, it's been me, whYZee, and my tag team partner, Johnny Replay. We are having the greatest time in the booth, or at least I am, Johnny. This has been so much fun. And hope to see you guys next week. Maybe us too, who knows, at Bristol. But no matter what it is, it'll be here on BRN with a phenomenal group with you guys to get you through another awesome race here. Thank you all for tuning in here at Texas for race 6 of the DDI Moonlight Racing Series. And we will see you guys all next week at the last great call.